And 2 businesses we spoke to had their buildings destroyed, but thanks to the support of neighbors and strangers, they got a second chance. And now they're looking to make the most of it.
Yeah, you can see some of the water drop still on here a year ago.
Memories of Mayfield's destruction are on display, even on discount, at the Good News shop. You can buy this cross, still bearing raindrops from December 10th. Owner Leisha Doran was with her 2 sons at her parents' house when texts and the storm rolled in around 9:30 that night.
My first thought was, I hope that Debbie was out of the store, because I have a employee, Debbie, who sometimes would be here late, you know, and waiting on her one of her boys and stuff.
Fortunately, Debbie was out of town, a decision that may have saved her life. And that's because the next morning, Leisha arrived to this, a pile of debris that was once her store, unrecognizable, like the courthouse across the street.
It looked like everywhere, just like a bomb had went off everywhere. And I even was trying to get to the funeral home to drop something off that somebody had bought that I actually had found in the rubble. And it took me 30 minutes to get from my store to the funeral home because I got lost because I couldn't find the landmarks.
But kindness cascaded onto the Good News shop through volunteers giving their time and their hearts to help. Even a newlywed couple, Leisha says, drove 8 hours just to give her fixtures.
They drove it 8 hours back to me, and then they drove 8 hours back home. And it was so incredible, and it was their honeymoon.
It was their honeymoon?
And,
what an amazing couple.
Yeah. And so it was just very encouraging.
She soon hit a roadblock once she started to rebuild. Where to do it was the big question, and Leisha leaned on faith for the answer.
I had probably had like the 12th no, like there wasn't anything available. And I remember telling my husband, I said, I just don't know what we're gonna do, but I just don't feel like God's done with us yet. And an hour later, we got the call about this.
Good news can come from the most unexpected places. Just ask Wayne and Suzanne Flint, the owners of Carr's Barn Barbecue, not just a business, but a landmark of Mayfield since 1954.
This has been her family for years. My family built it, the old restaurant. Her family bought it for my family. So it meant something to both of us.
Neighbors and strangers pitched in to revive the barn from the ground up, including a man from Mississippi who donated enough funds that sparked the rebuild.
He sent us money twice. Out of the goodness of his heart. He didn't have to do nothing. He didn't know us, but he's seen it on TV. He heard about it. He's 96 years old. He said he's got more money he could ever spend in his lifetime again. 2 checks he sent us that helped do the foundation, the concrete, some of the building materials, you know. There ain't that many people in the world like him.
For the Flints, there was no other choice but to rebuild. They reopened 6 months ago, and Suzanne Flint is grateful to be back in business. They're the lucky ones, she says, and others haven't had much of it. A painful reminder of the long journey many in Mayfield have ahead. 5, maybe 10 years of rebuilding to go.
Other than downtown Mayfield, you go out 6th Street, it's like nothing happened. You know, you get out near Walmart and life is just going on like every day. But everybody says, you know, Joplin, it took 10 years. It took 10 years. It doesn't have to.
For Wayne, rebuilding the barn was a rough stretch, but it was important to them to bring it back. Not just to serve barbecue, but to offer its everyday special, a serving of hope.
Because every day somebody come up, homeless people. You know, we still feed people who come in here. Well, I'm down on my luck, or I don't have a home. Well, okay, whatever. Sit down and eat, you know. And we do that for anybody. You know, we're fortunate. We got a place to come to work every day. They don't.
Back at the Good News shop, owner Leisha Doran is on a journey to give back. But right now, her focus is on the holiday season, to sell Christian-based items like games, greeting cards. But faith is priceless, a lesson Leisha learned firsthand.
I would just like to say thank you to everybody that had a hand in it and that actually continues to have a hand in it, because without the sorry.
No, it's okay.
Without the community, we wouldn't be here.
Sorry. Don't be.
It's all right. You're here now.
Yep.
And like you said, God wasn't done with you yet.
Yep. Yep. He's not done with any of us.
Yeah, come here.
Oh, thank you.
So glad you guys are doing great.
Thank you. Thank you.